What's up, YouTube? What's up, social media? It's me, D Hill. I know it's been a while. I know it's been a minute, but hey, I'm back. I'm doing good, and I hope y'all are doing good out there as well. So this review is going to be on Escape, SWV, Queens of R&B. First and foremost, I must say I'm a big fan of both of the groups, SWV and Escape. But I must also say that one of the very first female groups I ever started to listen to growing up was Escape back in the 90s. So, I definitely knew I was going to be tuning in for this show. So let's just jump right into it. I mean, it's already episode 1, episode 2. So it's going to be a combined review of what I think has been going on within the series. Let's just get on to the nitty gritty. Tasha, why are you messing up the flow of things? Why? Okay, disclaimer. I don't personally know these ladies, but from the Speak on It with the Kandi YouTube series, I feel like this is a genuine reality series or docu-series of what's going on with the ladies. And I just feel like Latasha. And again, I like all the ladies. I don't personally know them, but I just have to speak on what I'm viewing, also what's being given through the lens from the other end, from the ladies, and also what I'm reading from the viewers. Latasha, the people are not here for you. We're not here for your attitude. We're not here for how you're treating your sister, your team. I mean your band members, and we're not really going to be here for whatever you possibly have cooking up, whether it's your cookbook or your seasonings or your album. I can't speak for everybody as far as that, but from reading the reviews, come on. And then for you to possibly be using this show as a catalyst to promote your gospel album or whatever album you may be having come out, you're not doing a good job of doing so because you're really alienating the viewers. You're not coming across very likable, Latasha. You're really not. So do you really think these folks are going to really be buying your album? I mean, what was your game plan going into the show? I mean, I would like to safely assume, as Kandi said, that you use this show as a prime time to promote yourself once again as a solo artist that probably is not going to go anywhere. I'm not trying to speak down on you. I don't ever want to speak down on anyone or whatever God may have for them. But Latasha, like, come on now. It's really doing too much and nothing at all. And from the second episode, when you went to go meet with the A&R team or the team for the gospel department at Motown, that little, don't get me wrong, all the ladies can sing from Escape to SWV, but and singing is very subjective. A lot of folks think that a lot of runs and riffs means you can sing. My personal opinion means you really can't hold a note for that long. And you drop off from the note by doing a bunch of runs and riffs. To me, a true testament of a good singer, other than a good ear, pitch, tonality, of course, tonality, is able to hold the note. But I'm not taking that away from that, saying that she can't sing. But I'm just saying in that little scene, it wasn't really giving me hopes of a good gospel album. But that's not me putting you down. But at the same time, it's like, come on, what's the energy you giving? And then that scene with you and your sister Tamika, when y'all went to go see y'all's mother, and again, Latasha, your choice of words, you're saying my mother, or that's you and your sister's mother. So again, I don't know if this is coming from a strategic standpoint where somebody has to play the quote unquote villain, or you think this is cute, but it's messing up the pockets. I would assume. I mean, I'm not in your pockets or anything like that, but and it was very disheartening to see that interaction between your sister Tamika and y'all's mother. And it's very prevalent in the Black and Latino community, or in probably other communities as well, that when somebody don't want to own up to what they're part of in a situation or take accountability for what they did in the situation, they're ready to what? deviate or deflect, or as y'all's mother did, want to say cut the cameras. But y'all was ready to, be combative and about something else. But once that little piece came out, all of a sudden you want to cut the cameras. You can't cut the cameras on a reality show where you're supposed to be depicting the truth of what's going on with y'all. So it's like, come on now. Because like Tamika said on her YouTube page, y'all wasn't expecting her to chime in and speak up on that. But yet, as we saw, as she says, y'all like to like gang up on her and like, I'm not in the family dynamics. I don't like speaking on other folks' family, but I mean, it's a reality show. Y'all put yourselves out there to be spoken of. So, I mean, from what we're seeing as viewers, from what's being said from Tamika, it's like, yeah, you're favoring Latasha over Tamika for what we don't know why. They both sound just as equally as good, just as equally as beautiful. But again, maybe there's some things that are to come out later on in the show. But one thing's for certain, we as the viewers, Tamika, we don't want to continue to hear you boo-hooing over the situation. We do want to hear what you're planning on to do to get things better. And I do have a question. I mean, posing a good question. Don't you gotta present ID and all that when you depositing checks? But there's crafty folks out here these days. But anywho, Kandi, Tiny, I love those two. Not saying I don't love the other ladies, but they just seem like really cool, down ass chicks and like somebody you just want to be friends with. I just love their camaraderie. I just love it. I just love it. I just love it. And I feel like Kandi is getting what she feels like vindication of, how she was mistreated in the group. Not saying that Kandi didn't do what she probably did, but I feel like, as she said, speak on it. A lot of things have been placed on her, like she always is to blame. And I like how Tamika has spoken up. And Tiny name is Tamika too, but I'm talking about the Tamika Scott. She said that, she would always blindsidedly take her sister's, side, even when within her sister was wrong. And, Kandi said that they're now trying to say that something's wrong mentally with Tamika, which is kind of effed up to do. But maybe that's another thing. Maybe they play her because they think she's stupid. They think she's slow or, gullible. And I mean, that's also not an excuse to how you would treat a family member. You don't do family like that. Okay. And, I also agree with what Kandi was saying. It's like between all the dynamics of what's going on with the escape ladies, and then they switch over to what's going on with SWV. It's like night and day. It's like all the drama and the chaotic chaos with them. But with SWV, it's like they're more so getting along. But at the same time, I think that gives a great balance to the show because it shows family interaction where they're getting along for the most part. I love the relationship between Coco and her son. I'm going to assume he's part of the LGBTQI and whatever community. And I appreciate the camaraderie. I like the nails. And I just think it was a beautiful thing. And showcasing her mother, how her mother was a studio singer, and even with Taj and her son about to go off to, I guess, his senior year, and their whole family dynamic. And then Lily talking about her sister being, having to step in after the passing of her parents. And I think that's a great balance for, who the executive producers are to showcase, because you want to not push away your artists. Because I think the whole demographic of the viewers, we want to see ladies and just folks coming together and having a good time. We don't like seeing the drama like that. A little light shade here and there, but the bullshit that's going on between Latasha and her sister is really unnecessary, and they grown as fuck. Like, come on now. It don't make any much sense. Excuse my language. And Latasha, if you took your sister's money, that's really fucked up. But hey, I wasn't there. Again, I'm just a viewer in what's going on. What else is popping on the show? So far, just the second episode. I think this is a really good, from what I think Kandi said, a 6-part series. I think it's a really good show. Definitely the people are here to watch it. They're entertained, and